call us. I'm going to get to you, Josh and everybody. But I forgot we have a guest, an amazing guest. Jason Ottley is here. And Jason is a health and wellness expert and founder of Live Inspired Transform. LiveInspiredTransform.com. Jason, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
All is well. Normally we have Jason in studio,
Yeah.
but because of the Chinese thing, we didn't want to take the risk, especially with a health expert, right? So,
It's kind of
Jason,
more convenient to do it from home. I don't mind this at all.
amazing. Are you able to move back to the spot we had you in? We had you in a perfect spot, and then you move as soon as the white man stopped looking. And now
Which
you
spot? In the morning
right
at
now.
the same time? Yeah.
I mean,
I
right?
mean, we'll get back to it
No,
eventually.
no. Listen, you were talking to Nick just now. He had you in a perfect spot location right
Uh-huh.
there, and as soon
Okay.
as Nick walked away, you moved.
I didn't notice I moved. How's it
Did he
looking now?
move there? How's it looking?
Yeah, you moved to a new spot, but it's fine now. So we're
But
good
Oh,
he-
I
to
didn't
go.
even notice that. I'm sorry.
He's unconscious,
Yeah.
but he's kind of black. We can't see him. That's
Is it
not
too
the
dark?
Way, yeah, that's not the way Jason looked.
Well, we can't. I'll adjust him, but we can't move him now. He has
Yeah,
to stay.
Oh, he does. He
Yeah.
got.
Okay.
Cause normally
I
he
didn't
kind of
realize.
light skin with good hair.
I haven't been called light skin ever, but hey, I've been
A
working
little
on
tan.
exfoliation.
But so you want
I'll fix him. I'll fix his lighting.
you can fix it.
Yeah, we have to leave him now.
Oh, okay. Jason, for those who are tuned in for the first time and not heard of Jason Ottley, tell them a little bit about your background and how you got
Sure.
into health and wellness and how good you are at it.
All right, thank you. Well, yeah, I dedicated the last almost 20 years of my life to physical education and health awareness and getting people back on track. It was first kind of brought to my own attention when I was in college, and I became the student government health and wellness chairman. And that was my first kind of entrance into finding out how unhealthy we are as a population. I only kind of cared about my own health. I never really had a pulse on the nation's health, you know?
Right.
So, in growing up in Georgia, like you kind of are around people who are unhealthy. Just as a state, there's a lot of like unhealthy people down south. So
Yeah.
it kind of really
Yeah.
forced myself to, help my surrounding, my neighborhood, and it started from there. And now I've been helping, doing coaching and fitness awareness stuff and health awareness, food awareness, and I've been doing that for the last like 15 years. But it all came from like kinesiology, the study of human movement and exercise, and it kind of branched out from there.
Right on. And so, Jason, because of, as you know, due to the Chinese virus thing, maybe all gyms are closed now, at
Yeah.
least in California,
Absolutely.
and in other places as well. And, you know, for myself, I'm used to going to the gym working out and not, at one time I used to work out at home some, but I don't feel like it now. I look at I want to do push-ups. I look at the floor. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
How can people stay fit at home during this Chinese virus thing?
Well, it's important to like pivot and adapt to what you have around you, because you're kind of like me. We're so used to having a gym available,
Yeah.
doing the exact exercise that we want, and now they were kind of thrusted into this position, and we're like, I don't know, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you'll start seeing your health decline in some way or the other. So it's important to do something. If it's only just doing push-ups or whatever body weight exercise you have, you just got to make do of what you have. Sometimes you need a little bit more guidance onto what to do when you're outside of your comfort zone. A lot of
Yes.
people like to just shut it down when they're outside their comfort zone. But I think since we don't know how long this period will last, is that we have to like do something and do it now before,
Well, I did this morning. I did 3 sets of 15 push-ups,
there you go.
and I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Maybe not last week, but the week before. Maybe last week, I forgot. I went to the park and worked out with some experts, and it was so good. Prior
Yeah.
to that, I had not worked out. But I did do some push-up this morning, and it made me want to do more now. So like
That's it.
my
Yeah.
body kind of came alive a little bit. Now I want to do more.
what I've always said, action leads to motivation. And once you take action, then it starts that snowball effect where like, okay, I could do it. Let's do more. But once you're all in your head and you start thinking about ways not to do it, you'll never, overcome that. So good job on getting it done.
Should people go running in parks right now?
If it's safe, but unfortunately, a lot of the parks in Southern California are just closed. And the ones that are open, everyone knows that they're open, so that place is pretty much crowded, which kind of defeats the purpose of social distancing. So if you're able to do it in a condition where you're not so close to everyone, then go for it. But I know down here it's kind of hard for that.
Someone want to know, how do you gain muscles if you do a lot of cardio?
I mean, people who are really trying to build muscle, they kind of taper off the cardio. It doesn't have to be absolute, like you have to completely remove cardio, but essentially building muscle and doing a lot of cardio are they're kind of opposed to each other, right? So
Right.
if you're really trying to gain muscle, you should focus on exercises that are going to get you there and less on the ones that are going to,
Like
not
what?
like any strength building exercise. Let's say you were trying to improve the muscles on your chest. So you'd be doing bench presses, dips. These are just specific exercise to muscle growth in the chest area.
But now you can't do that because the gyms are shut down. So
Yeah, but
you
doing
can't
cardio
do.
is not going. But if you don't have any weights, at least you can still do push-ups. Push-ups is way more beneficial to muscle growth than cardio. So if
Oh,
you're still trying to build muscle, there's still some things you could do without having weights. But cardio is not one of them for muscle growth.
and will eating a lot help grow muscles if you're doing cardio?
Eating a lot, no, everything's in moderation. I think that's probably the hardest challenge for most people. If I had to like gauge based on my clientele around the world that's dealing with this, is that like they have so much idle time, and idle time leads to like mindless eating where you're just eating because you have nothing to do, eating because you're binge watching Netflix and you're staying up late. And once you're out of your routine, most people, you know, eat more because they're
Especially
idle.
now when
Yeah.
people are locked away at home, they can't get out, they can't. Uh,
Emotional stuff going on. Yeah,
yeah.
it's a lot of negative eating going on. But I
Um,
think
Go ahead.
now to combat that is to not bring into the house any foods that you're susceptible to eat a lot of, and that it's not healthy for you. So it's not bringing it home. That's our defense against this thing. Is just to stockpile your home with healthy snacks and foods. That way, if you do get bored, at least you're eating stuff of good quality and choice.
So I do have a question for you that was given to me by someone else. They
Hmm.
asked me to ask you about the dieting thing because a lot of people, because they are stranded home now and they can't really, they're not motivated to go and work out because, the gyms are closed.
Yeah,
Um, they asked me to ask you about the diet trend. There
yeah.
seem to be a lot of new diet trends going around every year. Um, can you give advice about these trends and how should people deal with that? Or how do
Yeah.
they know which one is the best?
So this is actually a good time to get uncomfortable because sometimes with diet, people are so they almost become religious about it that they have to, if they're doing keto, they have to follow it 100%. If they're doing vegan, they follow it 100%. And now that some of us are limited to the option, well, you can still go to the grocery store and still prepare yourself, but like at the end of the day, you're not unhealthy because you don't follow a certain kind of diet 100% out. Right now you just have to do your best. Obviously stay away from the foods that don't fit your plan, but not to become compulsive over it, not to make it like a cult or religion over it. Just eat healthy, monitor your weight gain, get some exercise, but we're all trying to do the best we can given the circumstances. So I don't feel like now is the time to get super hard on yourself if you're not able to follow a certain eating plan, because at the end of the day, you don't gain points for being super compliant to a diet. It's all about the results you get. So compliancy doesn't always equal results. So just take it easy on yourself.
So is it good to be eating macaroni and cheese right now?
Hey, in moderation, it's okay. If you're exercising from home and you're walking outside and you've been pretty good with that, enjoy that mac and cheese. I know I did this week.
Ain't nothing like some good mac and cheese.
Nothing like that.
A
Soul
lot of
food mac and cheese. They don't know about that.
yeah. A lot of people, not a lot of people, some people during this time, because they do get depressed,
Yeah.
they start to feel anxiety and all that crazy stuff. So they get back into or deeper into junk food, alcohol,
Yeah. It's a
pot.
slippery slope.
The
It's a
pothead people
slippery
really
slope.
smoking pot.
Oh yeah.
They even want the pot sellers to give a discount on the pot right now.
Oh
But
man.
and so a lot of that stuff has increased during this coronavirus, Chinese virus situation. What kind of advice you have for those people?
Just take it one day at a time, and it's really important to try to get out of that funk that we're in. Even myself, I was kind of down that the gym was closed and business, everything was so affected. I'm a real creature of habit,
Right.
but I don't want things to spiral out of control. So you have to just accept what's going on and don't freak out over the things you can't control. Just control what you're able to control within that environment,
Yeah.
because things can get out of hand quickly. It could be like, okay, I'm just gonna be lethargic for a week and be lazy for a week. Then it's been 2, 3, 4 weeks that you've been like this, and now you're like, it's starting to spiral out of control. So if you haven't been active whatsoever, you could start by simply just taking a walk. Then from there, you'll have other good ideas, or if you need guidance, I'm always
Right.
available. I have some good options on liveinspiretransform.com. That's liveinspiretransform.com. I have my 30-day challenge where you don't need any equipment. You could just work out from the comfort of your home, and you have 30 days of planned activity. Now that takes the thought process of what should I do? How long should I do it for? You could just follow that plan.
Yeah, I
And
wanted to ask you about your 30-day challenge. How can
yeah,
people get involved? How do they find that and get started?
very easy. It's all done through an app. So you can go to my website, www.liveinspiretransform.com. You'll see a tab that's a 30-day challenge. And like I said, it's just built for body weight, no equipment necessary, really perfect for the situation that we're in right now. And yeah, you just download the app, follow the program, and enjoy 30 days of activity.
Liveinspired.com. And you work with people around the world, right? Am I right?
That's my favorite part of what I do right now, is that I'm able to coach people around the world. I have clients in Connecticut, Florida, New Zealand, Canada, everywhere, and we're just able to stay in contact and getting good results. So it doesn't matter where you are, we can still work together.
So I know that you have a lot of clients that you work with at gyms
Mhm.
and at their homes. How are they dealing with this now? Do you hear from them? Are they freaking out?
Absolutely.
Or how are they dealing with, because it's, like the gym need to hurry up and open up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I'm holding on, man. But it has to be safe. But I feel
It
you.
seems
It
so
definitely,
unfair that the gym
it
closed.
does.
Like somebody
Such a
took
selfish
something away
point of
from
view,
you.
but it's how I feel, how we all feel. It's such a selfish but point of view, but we all feel that way. Like, all right, we need the gyms to open up. But when it's time, it will, and when it's safe, it will. But for the most part, my clients, I kind of got ahead of it, and I gave them the 30-day challenge where they had, if they want to work out, they have a plan to use with body weight and no equipment necessary. So I gave that option to them early, and that's what most of them are doing now. Just adapting, pivoting, and making way.
Is it possible for people such as yourself, trainers, to go to people home and train them in the backyard or something?
Um,
Outdoors?
it's personally for me, like it hasn't been an option really, because just doesn't feel safe right now, and there's no parks that are really open, like I said, in Southern California. So it's possible if you're 6 feet away or and keeping that
Right.
social distancing intact, it's fine. But like I said, for me personally, it hasn't been an option.
Well, uh, in Los Angeles, it hasn't stopped raining since they.
Yeah, it's
So
been the
it's kind of
weirdest. It's been
difficult to get out there
raining.
right now.
Exactly. Yeah, it has been raining for the last few days now.
Amazing. So, Jason, before we leave you, tell the people about your 30-day challenge
Yeah.
again, how they can get it. And I know now you have T-shirts and things, right?
Yeah, t-shirts, and they're all on the website. So I'm wearing one right here. Let me see if I stand up. Live, Inspire, Transform.
Nice.
Right here on
Yeah.
the website. But I think right now what's most important, if you're feeling lethargic, if you feel like you haven't been able to keep up with your physical activity goals and you don't know what to do, go to my website, liveinspiretransform.com, the 30-day challenge. You download the app, you enjoy 30 days of activity without any equipment needed. And if you use the promo code JLPFIT, that's JLPFIT, you'll get a nice discount on that program. But yeah, check me out, liveinspiretransform.com.
Live, Inspire, Transform. And the T-shirts and everything are there, right?
Everything's on the website. I truly want people to remain active during this time, and we'll get through this together.
The one thing I realized myself, and I tend to do it in quiet time, is that I didn't realize how I had made the gym so important, because now that I can't get to it, I want it.
We took
And
it for
so that
granted.
means that it was too important to me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like it seemed like it's like a seamless thing. It was part of your daily routine. You didn't
Right.
put too much thought into it.
Yeah.
When someone removes it, you're like, wow, something's really off, right?
Right. You're like, what
Yeah.
the?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Joel,
definitely
you have
feel you on that.
any other question for Jason? No. Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's amazing, man. Good to see you. And
Likewise.
hopefully this thing will be over soon.
Hopefully, we'll manage though. We're resilient, and we'll come out on the other side of this much stronger. So
Well, the president has said that he hoped to start reopening things around Easter. And so they
it's
announced,
about next weekend, right?
yeah,
I
the
believe?
CDC announced that, I guess starting now or starting this week sometime, they're going to allow people who work for essential company, whatever that is, to start going back to work as they've had the disease and they're over it. So I think, it seems to be on its way back. I have a feeling that things will start to turn around again.
The light at the end of the tunnel is we're
Yeah.
starting to see it a little bit. Hopefully, if we keep trending that way, we'll get back to what we've been doing.
Yeah. So liveinspire.com.
Transform.com.
Liveinspiretransform.com.
That's it. There you go.
All right, last word, Jason.
Stay tuned for more stuff coming on my website, on my Instagram. Just follow me there, and I like to give away stuff, so always follow me. Same Live, Inspire, Transform on Instagram as well.
All right. Thank you, man. And good to see you. Have a good day.
Good to
And
see you soon.
happy Easter.
You too.
All right.
Take care.
Take care, Jason. Jason Ottley, liveinspiretransform.com. All right. Check him out. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.